Hello there, YouTube. It's Victor. Give me a break, man. Give me a flake, man. King of the morons. 12:20 a.m. Got a bottle of rum sent to me from Sean in Australia. Thank you very much, Sean. A spicy Bundaberg, very good. But as I need my wits about me, this is just gonna give me a little bit of flavor. And I'll be drinking Strong Zero. This is a new flavor, Sea Croissant. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And this is a laundry vlog, which is, if you don't know, a laundry vlog is a video you don't actually have to watch. No, as you can see, I've provided a little visuals for the background here. You don't have to watch, just listen to me. It's kind of a podcast. I often do walking around ones and bicycling ones, but not today. But today it's just unedited. I got my big penis face buddy here. And of course, I got to talk to you guys about Trump. And just to tell you, I'm wearing my Trump tie. Actually, I bought this tie at a Hyakuen store, 100 yen store, only because it's red. I thought it'd be fun to wear a red tie, because, you know, Trump wears a red tie. I just kind of, not that I adore Trump, of course, not, but I thought it would just be fun, you know, when I'm teaching the kids and stuff. Wow, he's president. That's, you know, I should have seen it coming. I'm honestly amazed. I'm flabbergasted, as I wrote on Twitter, jaw on floor. I just can't believe it happened. Apparently, I could, you know, this might change, but as I make this video, apparently, what's the deal? Hillary got the popular vote, but Trump got he won the electoral college. I'm sorry, I'm shocked. I'm pissed. I'm really angry at people. At the same time, I feel I'm a little bit embarrassed, or that I shouldn't feel angry. I mean, Americans have chosen what they want, and you know, that's democracy, right? I've never been embarrassed to be an American, but to honestly, I got to tell you, I'm embarrassed that Trump is going to be our president. I think even if you didn't like Obama, you had to respect the guy. I just find it difficult to respect someone that's illogical, contradicting himself all the time. I just don't see that he's a model for anyone at all. However, that being said, as Jerry Seinfeld might point out, I can say whatever the fuck I want, right? That being said, I do hope that I'm completely wrong and that he does a good job, whatever that may be. I honestly doubt that he's going to build that wall, and I really doubt that building that wall will help much at all, because if anything, if you watch Adam Ruins Everything, he points out very astutely that if you build that wall, it's only going to prevent people from going back to their countries. You know, once the ones that are here illegally, they can't run back across. And there are airplanes. You can't build a wall to stop air. Anyway, the wall's not going to happen. I'm really confused as to why he won, except to say that, and this is one of my faults as a human being. I honestly think a lot of people are stupid. Yeah, I shouldn't say stupid. I should say ignorant. A lot of the arguments I see supporting Trump are just ridiculous. But at the same time, I can completely understand their fear. Nobody wants America to become like Sweden or parts of England where you're like a foreigner in your own country now. But at the same time, I don't think it's fair to compare America to those countries, because America's always been a melting pot with many diverse cultures. I mean, almost any argument you can make for Trump, I feel like I can argue against, except for the fact that people want him. You know, so if people want Trump, then I guess we're going to have Trump. On the plus side, we're going to have 4 years of comedy gold. I mean, the late night talk shows are just going to be, well, their writing's going to be pretty easy. You know those signs that you see in factories that say, you know, 35 days since our last accident? Well, it's going to be, they're going to have to put a sign like that in the White House. 35 days since Trump said something really stupid. I don't know. I mean, I just can't believe that he's our president now. And I know a lot of people on this channel, anyone who sees this who supports Trump, is going to be insulted. Well, you know, I be insulted then. I don't know, whatever. You know what? Here's the thing. Let me just get this off my chest and say two things. I think it was a big fucking mistake. However, that being said, I hope he does a good job. I hope he doesn't elect Supreme Court justices to take away women's right to abortion, just because it's a backward step in my eyes. Most people and most Americans agree. Nobody wants abortions. There is no such thing as pro-abortion. There's pro-choice, not pro-abortion. It's not a happy decision ever for anyone to get an abortion, but it's not anyone else's decision to make. It's the woman's decision to make. We shouldn't take it. It's land of the free, right? Land of the free. Well, give that woman the freedom to control her body. And you guys might have seen on my Give Me a Flake Man channel, this channel, I uploaded a video the other day of a pregnant woman smoking. So if you're so for the rights of women, and you want to control their vaginas and uteruses and all that, then you should start passing laws controlling women, pregnant women as well, because anything they do to that baby can harm that baby. But I don't see people doing that. There's no law against smoking in America when you're pregnant. But if you think abortions are wrong, then you should probably also pass laws that you can't drink, you can't smoke, you can't do strenuous exercise, ride a roller coaster, be around secondhand smoke. I mean, the list can go on. It's just hypocritical. Trump said a lot of shit that just it won't happen. For example, he said he's going to open up those libel laws so he can arrest journalists or use those against journalists. Well, that's not going to happen. I don't even know where to start. And this is something that passed by. I don't hear anyone talking about this at all. But one of the ways he's going to cut taxes on the rich. And then he's going to make up some of that money by putting tolls on all the highways in affluent areas, which will in effect keep the poor people out of those areas. I don't know, man. A lot of stuff he said also doesn't make any sense at all. Like, he wants to stop immigration into America. He said the other day, if I heard this right, that Hillary, if Clinton is elected, she's going to put 650 million. She's going to let 650 million people into the states. That's double our current population. There's just so much shit that he said that I can't believe people swallowed. But I realize I'm looking in the wrong direction. It isn't that Trump is such a great guy. Not nobody, I'm sure. Some people are happy, but it's that Clinton was just such a poor choice. And I saw a beautiful piece on Clinton on the Samantha Bee Full Frontal show the other day. And it was basically saying that Clinton had been taught, or she started off as a very authentic person. She didn't take her husband's name when they got married. She kept her own name, but that hurt her because people didn't want her to be independent. People wanted her to bend to the will of the people and to be like all the other housewives. And to help her husband, she did, and she realized this is the way, this is what you got to do if you want to get elected and stuff. So she kind of lost herself. And Samantha Bee said at the end of it's a very interesting clip, but at the very end she said, "I'm not voting for Hillary Clinton either. I'm voting for Hillary Rodham." And that there's a real person in there who's really tried hard. And she pointed out a lot of stuff about Clinton, that a lot of good things that that made me think, she really is a better choice. But people give her a lot of shit for things that I think are not deserved. A lot of it, I think, is actually misogyny. People aren't ready for a woman in the States. I honestly think that. I think if a man had done the things that she had done, for example, she voted for all those wars. So many other politicians voted for those wars. And Trump was also for that war, even though he denies it now. That's one thing that bugs the fuck out of me, is how he can deny things that he said on camera. I never said that. You got a clip of him saying, yeah, Putin and I have a relationship. Then later he's like, no, we don't have a relationship. But he won't take it back. And what do you do? What do you do when you deal with someone like that? You have evidence that they did something and they still deny it. That said, I hope I'm completely wrong, and I hope he does a great job, and I hope that he makes all of us anti-Trump. Yeah, man. In the end, I never watched any of the Apprentice show, so maybe that's why they voted for him. I don't know. No, I don't think it's that. I think it's because people think that the fact that he made millions of dollars, billions of dollars, is going to rub off on them somehow. It's not. It's not going to. You're not going to become a billionaire because you elected Trump. That's one of the fucked up things about Americans, is that we're so overly confident that we're willing to say fuck you to people who obviously know better than us. You think it's easy to run a country? You think you can just hand it over to some guy who's got no experience at all? Well, I hope you're right, And that's one of the most beautiful things about America, is that you often see the average guy go up against the big corrupt system and win. That's the Cinderella story. But you know it doesn't usually work that way. The average guy usually gets screwed, or worse, fucks things up. We as a whole, Americans, we are an uneducated group of overly confident narcissists. If you look at our PhD program, there are almost no Americans in it. They're all foreigners. We don't have a brain drain. We just have a lack of brains. But it's amazing at the same time at what we are capable of. I'm sorry I'm whispering because my wife and son are in the other room. But at the same time, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe and I know I'm partially wrong, because I tell my students, I teach Japanese kids sometimes. I'm invited to do seminars to like a school of high school boys, actually, just the other day. And I teach them that you got to be demanding in class. You got to raise your hand and say, "I have a question," and pay attention to me, and answer my. That's the way you get ahead. You got to be pushy. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. Most Japanese kids, man, they're just quiet, sitting down, waiting to be fed. Right? They're not aggressive. And I do believe that in life, if you want something, you got to go out and get it. And Trump's that kind of person. So even if you don't have the talent, if you have the get up and go, and if you're aggressive and you have I forgot this word again. If you have not motivation, this is another word. Innovation. I always forget this word. Anyway, if you're motivated, if you have motivation coming from yourself, whatever that word means, starts with an I. Have incentive, not incentive. Incentive, self-incentive, no. I can't remember it. Anyway, If you're motivated and go out and you're a go-getter, go out there and grab things, get what you want. You get a lot. You get a lot from life. You can get a lot from life, even if you're not that intelligent. I do believe that. So I think that is a great thing that we should do. We should go out and push and get as much as we can. But at the same time, you have to have some kind of ability or skill. You know, you can't just ask for shit, right? And that's one of the problems I think with our society now, that people just expect shit to come for them. I saw that Johnson got like 3, 4, 5, 6% in every state. Well, thanks Johnson. Now we're stuck with Trump for 4 years. But I really hope I'm wrong. I really hope he does a great job. I hope that he proves everybody wrong. He won the election. Great for him. He did the impossible. Honestly, that's impossible. We elected a man who has been married 3 times, whose first wife wrote in a book that he raped her, who has admitted to walking in on contests where 15-year-old nude girls were getting dressed, who said he grabbed women by the pussy when he wanted to. Who screws people out of their money with Trump University and doesn't pay contractors because he knows he can get away with it. So many things that this guy has done. I just can't believe that Americans can just look past it. The only reason I can think that this happened is that they're afraid that if they don't elect someone like him, they're going to fall to the lower level of what they are. Because as if you watch Bill Maher at all, apparently they did some poll. I wish I could cite the poll, but I believe him. They did some poll where the average Trump supporter, not poll, according to a questionnaire, whatever. According to research, the average Trump supporter makes $70,000 a year. So they're not poor people. But I think they're scared that they're going to fall below that. And they're going to lose what they have. And I think that's one reason they voted for Trump. Or they think that they can get what he has, which is $1 billion. You know? Which they're not going to get because, you know. I don't know, man. But I'm glad it's over, I gotta tell you. I'm really glad this whole thing is over. I interviewed a lot of people and put up videos that no one gave a shit about on my other channel, askgimmeabreakman. I even paid for a cake. I invested money. Well, I guess the joke's on me, huh? What a fool. But there are a lot of people who are real dicks about their opinion regarding this. Regarding Trump. I can't see how anyone thinks he's a good candidate at all. But I did see why I could understand why some people were against Hillary Clinton. But at the same time, well, what the fuck talking about it? What's the use talking about it now? What the fuck? What's the use talking about it, right? Trump's our president. We're going to have him for at least the next 4 years and maybe 8 years, right? If he does a good job, I'm sure we'll have him for 8 years. I hope I'm wrong. I feel bad for Hillary Clinton, but at the same time, I guess she kind of made her bed, and I guess she's got to lie in it. The thing about her, though, is, which and this is why I think it's misogynist. Just everything she did is what every politician does, and it's why when I was much younger, my father said to me, "Do whatever you want in life. Anything is fine. Just don't become a politician, because when you become a politician, you will have to sell out. You will have to do things that you're not comfortable with to get things done, because that's how politicians work." You can't be honest. It's hard enough to be honest in life. I mean, how many times do you say to people, "Nice to meet you," when you're thinking, "What a douchebag." You know, you have to do things that you don't want to do. I'd love to dye my hair, you know, purple, but I can't because I got, you know, I'm a teacher. Well, not purple, but maybe green. I don't know. I don't know, white. Yeah. I like to get dreadlocks, you know, but I can't do that. Anyway, I've been working my ass off. I've got all these, I got tons of stuff to do. I'm a YouTube ambassador now, which, see, they gave me a cape, right? And I actually got, I got asked to go to Kobe to film the opening illumination show at a hotel. So I'm doing that tomorrow. It's a paid gig. So I've been busy. This Trump-Clinton election has been hanging over my head in a very uncomfortable way. So many things I want to talk about. And now that it's over, I'm going to get back to that. Responding to other channels. Again, and answering your questions. I have to apologize. I haven't answered anyone's questions in a while because I've been busy, and this has been. I feel like this election's been looming over my head. I've been very, I guess, not so much worried, but the fact that I actually videotaped. I made videos that I had to put out before the election was over, and when that happens, I feel constricted by those videos. So those videos are out of the way now, so I'll be able to go back to my regular content. So I do apologize for those of you who are super bored with the political videos. At the same time, you know, I hope we can all be friends now again, and the healing can start. I did make a video of Trump, of a Trump cake. Tomoko and I went down to a cake store in Ikeshita, and we had a Trump cake commissioned, and we put it out. And anyway, the video's on askgimmeabreakman, so check it out. I think it's a good video. If you want to know how to do a Trump cake, I should put out a slow motion video of it so you can, excuse me, so you can see how the woman actually painted the cake, little by little. So many other things to say, but it's 12:45, and tomorrow I'm going to be in Kobe for most of the day, so I'm going to go to sleep. I did, for the Patreon people, by the way, I did send out literally 75 packages. Thank you, Halloween baskets, to 75 of my Patreon supporters. So thanks a lot. Yeah, I have a Patreon, so I really appreciate that. It really helps. Thanks a lot for that. Get back to J News. Not tomorrow, because tomorrow I'll be out of town, but Friday, hopefully. Maybe next week, because I got the YouTube ambassador speech on Saturday. I'll be helping other YouTubers grow their channels, and then that evening we're going drinking. So there's also that. Anyway, man, I really like YouTubing, making the videos, but I've been really frustrated recently just with life. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention this funny thing. So Trump says he's a great negotiator, right? I think he's a 2-year-old. That's actually a compliment, because I got a kid who's almost 2 years old now, And believe me, I cannot negotiate with him. Just no matter what I do, you know. Just yesterday, I was trying to get him to eat the potatoes, right? And potato tapete, eat your potatoes, right? And he's like, no, I want Shinkansen, which is bullet train. And we've got the, we got the Chromecast doohickey on the iPhone connected to our TV, so I can easily send videos to the TV. And of course, he doesn't understand the technology, but he knows that I can do that. He's like, put Shinkansen, put the bullet train on the TV. I'm like, no. If you want that, you gotta eat a potato. He's like, no. He's like, yeah, yeah. That's what he does. Yeah. And I put a potato up to his face. He's like, yeah. And he like tries to slap it. And I can't negotiate with him. So who knows? Maybe Trump will be a great negotiator and he'll negotiate great deals for America. I hope so. Oh, but there is something I do have to admit. If you got this far in the video, it's amazing, by the way. If you got this far in the video, say, Tengu! Say something about, what do you think about big noses? Isn't this a beautiful thing? This is wooden. Look at that. Made of wood. Say something about noses in the video if you got this far. But something else I have to admit, and that is that it's obvious that all the people in New York and California, they don't know what the fuck is happening in the rest of the country. Because they thought that Trump was going to lose, right? They thought it was impossible. Yeah, they were wrong. They have no idea what's happening in the middle of the country. And the media doesn't either. The media, nobody thought Trump could win. I think I knew. I mean, I hoped with my head. I thought it's impossible. The polls say he can't win, right? I mean, you got to believe the polls, right? But then a couple days, like maybe one day before the election, someone pointed out that somewhere, I think it was in Florida, 25% of all the people voting had never voted before. And that got me thinking. They're the people that are going to carry this election for Trump. And we Americans elected Bush twice. You know, looking back, when Bush was elected, I thought, oh my God, Americans are so stupid. I mean, the second time. The first time I blamed Florida and the Chads. But, you know, like Bill Maher said, if you think about it, Bush wasn't that bad. But now, I don't know. Anyway, in the end, it's all good. I mean, what Trump has done is really shaken up. He has shook up the establishment. He's rattled the establishment. Let's say that, and that's good. I do think that we got to get rid of both Democratic and Republican parties. I think it's fucked up that you have a debate where you don't invite other people up on stage because they don't have enough support. Johnson, I think, Gary Johnson is an idiot, and Jill Stein's plans are just pipe dreams, you know. But they should have been allowed to debate with everyone else. And we should have more parties, and we should actually get rid of the Democratic and Republican Party completely. I mean, what's the point now? A lot of people joke that Hillary Clinton was a true Republican in this race, so who knows? Anyway, it's going to be an interesting 4 years. That's for sure. And I do wish the best. I mean, I do hope Trump does a great job, and I really hope he proves everybody wrong and becomes an amazing president. I don't think he will, but I hope he does. Yeah. Anyway. I don't know, write whatever the fuck you want in the comments. I don't give a shit. If you like my videos, great. Thank you. I'm just thinking, I don't know how you guys get, how can people get angry for just other people expressing their opinions? What a naive thing to say, right? Anyway. Well, that's enough for tonight. Thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it, always. I'll see you soon. Where's the off button? God damn it. Off button. God damn it. Off button! Stupid. Damn, there we go. Okay.